Well, good morning. A day that I never thought would be here is here. Is it the day that this goes back? No. It's the day that this came out of the trees. Yeah, we have to go do some erosion control. And I don't know. We're going to see if it works. It used to work. Last time I had to do erosion control was 1988, which is a long time ago, and for many of you, especially in this upper area, know all about it. It was the biggest drought that this area, I would say, has seen since, oh, I don't know, a long time ago, but it should be fun. Let's go. Oh, whoa, whoa. Looks like they've got them speeded up quite quickly. Might want to tame down the ponies on the remotes there. Well, we'll worry about that when we get to the field. Nothing gentle about that on this early morning. Wow. That's what I get for not test firing it. Just so excited to show you guys it. Went right into it without even thinking. That's how accidents happen and abusiveness takes place. So to kind of bring you up to speed on what is going on, I actually had to see it with my own eyes to believe it. We are in a very, very wet spring, maybe one of the wettest. If it isn't the wettest, it's right up there with what I've ever seen. So we have one farm that we have farmed for many years. I think we're going on, it's over 15, maybe 20. It's lighter soil on the hilltops, and the hilltops, I mean elevation change of maybe, I don't know, maybe 6 feet, and the lower ground has got, I would say, high water table issues, or can have. We had black beans down there last year, and now we maybe done too much fall tillage last fall from the looks of it, or that is what has happened. So we can literally have water sitting, well, I think I showed you guys this when I was spraying with the little Century sprayer. It had water sitting in the planter tractor tracks while the hilltops were drifting. Well, now we're going down there with the 183 International cultivator, and we're gonna do some strips out there. Maybe have to do the entire hilltop, I don't know, but you guys are gonna be coming along, and we're gonna see what we can stop or start. Well, you'll see. Okay, all the memories and the joys of setting the shields on the cultivator have been brought back from the trauma that I've had in the past when we used to do this. Once you get them set, it isn't bad, but boy, to get them set, and then of course I done some Johnny rigging and fabbing back in the day, and thought I could do something that, well, it was better than the manufacturer had set up, but it still isn't the best. It's almost a two-man job now, but you can see what we're dealing with here. Right now it is not drifting too bad. The soil is not moving with the wind as bad as it has, or does when the wind gusts come up. But I am going every other pass, which is helping a lot. I suppose once the wind dries out, what I have done, maybe in a few hours, maybe I'll get a day out of it. I don't know, but it is not going to be a permanent fix to this situation. I just wish the wind could just give us a little bit of a break, because this corn will grow like you wouldn't believe if it isn't beat up. Right now it's being sandblasted off, it's all withered up, it's a quarter of the size where the good corn is in the lower areas. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's these hilltops that it's really sandy. I should have just brought some bread with, because my teeth from being out there working on the cultivator, my teeth are all crunchy, full of sand. Well, I suppose that's what I get for not knowing how to farm decent. Very discouraging. I'd put myself in timeout if I had the time to go there, but I don't. So here we go, back and forth, trying to prevent the situation. It is kind of fun though, watching the little corn plants get cleaned up, but it's also scary. It's not really a job to be YouTubing, messing around with, I know that. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll keep you in touch here and we'll see how it goes. Well, from the cab here, it looks like we're doing good over on the left side of the tractor, but for some reason that very outside right row is looking like it's burying the corn. So we're going out. We're gonna go out into the dust bowl. Everything looks good there. There you can see, we got some issues. This is all wiggle woggly, not centered. Oh brother. Well, I'm gonna have to do some adjusting, because you can see the corn is not doing well. It's being buried. So I have got to fix that issue. Okay, here you can see the issues that we have with high water table. Well, actually, that's not the water table, but it is. It's plenty wet, but yet still these sandy hills want to do what they're doing. I just don't know if you're going to be able to see it as easily as I can, but I've got this whole hilltop pretty much under control right now. I got to go over across the ditch and get over there, but yeah, I don't know, it's just unbelievable how wet it is, and then how it can just do what it's doing there, just drifting like snow. It's just incredible. Okay, why do we have this tractor on here? Good question. That's a very good question. Would you believe that our 7330, we bought that, we've owned that now for what, 3-4 years, and the guy that used to own it used it as a bale tractor, and we never have taken the time to narrow up the tires on it so it will not fit down a 30-inch row. That's our bad, and I'm paying the price for it, because now this tractor is a lease tractor. We're putting hours on it, and let's just say we might be at our lease hours, and that's not going to be good. But I'm sure Dale there is going to have mercy on us, or else he'll say, well, it's just going to cost you a little bit more. Oh well, that's the way that is. We're using it, we got to pay for it. So and our T-tractors, our 370s, we take 3-point hitches off of those so that the planter doesn't get into them and wreck stuff. So one of them does not have a 3-point hitch on it. The other one is hooked up to our sprayer, which we could maybe get that going, but well, there was some other issues. I did not want to use a T-tractor, because when we turn in the middle of the field like we are doing here, we do go all the way to the one headland, but I do pick up and turn right in the middle of the field. Well, there'll be nothing left. Wherever you turn with a T-tractor, that will root up the crop and destroy it. So I think I'm going to make a phone call to the tire shop, because Chet is homesick, bronchitis, and what I have, sinus infection. Some of you are, I'm sure, curious if that's going to hurt the corn where I'm turning. It's not going to do the corn any good. I'll just say that. But it should come back as long as we don't root it out and totally destroy it. It's going to set it back, but what else do you do? I mean, we got nice 6-inch tall corn here. The whole field should be that way, but because of what's been going on down here every so many days, getting sandblasted, we call it sandblasted, it just has beat the corn up so that it is only 2.5 inches tall instead of 6 inches tall. Lowering. I knew it! I knew it! Bring the power gun, they say. Uh-huh. Yep. Now we got to. No. So I am lowering the wheel because it's slabbing. So I'm by lowering the wheel, I am going to actually bring this unit up, if that makes sense. The wheel goes down, and the shovels come out of the ground because the wheel was up too high, allowing these to do too much slabbing. As you can see, I don't want chunks, and I don't want what was happening. Oh gosh, Lord Jesus, heal my body. Okay, that's looking a lot better. I can at least see there's green. That's good. You want to see green. You don't want to see black. Oh, I should have done that a couple hours ago. But I was focused on the other parts of the cultivator, I guess, and whatever. This year is just going to be what it is. Salvage. And maybe I should touch back to this tractor. I can definitely see that our operation, if we were into stuff like this, although the tracks are a little wide for doing what I'm doing, I'd have to get narrower tracks. I was not thinking that this tractor would be for our operation, and it maybe isn't, just because I cannot make use of it in the fall, or we would not be able to utilize it in the fall because of our grain carts. They're just too big. It's going to be muddy. More than likely, it'll always be muddy in the fall. So if I'm going to spend the money that they're asking for this tractor, I would take that money and I would buy the big frame. The big frame tractor, that way I can use it in the fall, use it in spring, where I wish we could have this tractor for planting and be great, beautiful, but I just can't justify the price and not get the work out of it. That's all going to depend on everybody's different operation, though, because I don't know, everybody's big is different. So if you've got a 800 bushel, which that's big. We started out with a 500 bushel cart, and I thought that was big. Well, now that they build stuff like they do, I mean, it's just getting unbelievable what they all build. So, but you aren't gonna pull in mud the 2,500 bushel cart. It's just gonna be the way it is. You aren't gonna do it with this tractor. And but so whatever. You know what I'm saying? Tractor's got its place. The place would be perfect for guys with the 800 or 1,500 bushel carts. In my opinion, 1,500 might be pushing it too in the mud. But everybody else's farms are different, and I just know it wouldn't be the best fit, although I'd love it. The tractor is great, the ride is super. It just ain't, for the dollar amount, I'm not going to get the bang for the buck out of it, but definitely a very, very beautiful riding tractor and very maneuverable. Oh man, I wish this would just... so now I'm to the point of where the corn, where it's taller, it's blowing so hard now that the corn is laying sideways. And I am now starting to have issues with it being driven on by the tractor. So and then if I have my shields down too low, the shield actually holds the corn to the ground, and then the dirt that's moving around back there throws dirt on top of this cultivation. It might be overrated. It's one of them sunny and perfect weather type of things that, let's just say it's very finicky, because you can't have your shields down too low in a windy day. You can't have them up too high, because then it's almost a very discouraging type of whatever you call it, task. And now Amy is here, so I get to drive over there and talk to her for a little bit. So yeah, this hilltop here is really bad. It's actually totally sandblasted it all off. Okay. Yeah, that's the way to make the landlord happy. Oh boy, we'll check in later. Maybe my attitude is going to improve as the day goes on, as the wind increases. Okay, what time is it now? It is in the afternoon. It is about 2 o'clock, and I have pretty much finished doing every other pass. I am up along the east side of the farm now. I'm going to get out and I'm going to show you how bad the drifting actually can get. I made one pass along here this morning, and then I headed over where it was drifting worse, and well, I'll show you how much it has drifted already. And this is absolutely the worst spot that we have in the field. If the wind goes down, right, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for this gust, because now my phone has freaked out and says that we have got high wind warnings and gusts up to 50. So I'm gonna hang out here, bear with me, and I'm gonna take a walk with you and show you what's left of the corn here on the very worst spot. And within maybe 4 hours, as I've been out here, I'm going to show you how much dirt actually moved from a little spot that I did not have cultivated to 30 foot where I did. And the 30-foot area has caught the silt that was blowing off of the maybe 2-3 acre patch here. And this wind is not going to go down, but we'll just go out anyway then, because I know how much you guys want to go see. Here's the corn. It's been just whipped to pieces. Here's where I cultivated. And you can see all this came from this area right here, just that 3 acre little 2 acre spot that has drifted in here. It's actually covered up the corn that was there. I don't know. I've seen a lot, but let's get back in here. Oh yeah, and I did finally have to go get some mud too. Real nice, real nice. Okay, I survived that attack of the nose. So here is a perfect example. I say here is a perfect example of how any edge of the field, so the neighbor, his corn is actually taller than ours, and he is receiving the dirt that is drifting off of our field over there. The first 30 feet, he's got maybe, I'd say 2 inches of added soil to his. So any kind of grass like fence lines, this is how the fence lines catch the dirt and debris that the wind blows up, and that's why the fence line keeps getting taller because it acts as a snow fence like you put up for snow. The snow fence is put up, the snow hits it, the wind dies down, the snow falls behind the fence. Thus, the purpose of putting up the snow fence, to catch the snow, to keep it from continuing on, plugging your driveways, and so forth. People laugh, some people laugh and say grass on fence lines cannot grow taller by catching debris. Well, the fence line does. That's what it does, and that is where you end up with the neighbors having water fights, because your fence line now, your water is supposed to drain one way or the other, and now your fence line has grown, raised higher than your field, and is now holding water back. And if you choose to dig that fence line out, sometimes people get bent out of shape because they think you're draining water. Well, no, you're not draining water, you're just maintaining the level of the fence line to where it's supposed to be. How did I get on this? I know how I got on this thing. I'm just trying to explain how the dirt and debris can catch in the fence lines, creating a dike. So until you understand that, I don't know. That's the way it works. Nobody's making that stuff up. So I'm done on that there little soapbox thing, and I'm gonna go and take maybe you guys here and put out on the cultivator and see if you like the looks of any of that. So hang on tight, please. It's dead. Why are you dead? Well, if you're dead, you're dead. Well, that's it for that game. I don't think I dare put this big coontail out there. He'll fall off, and as you can see, I wouldn't be able to know if he fell off or not. So sorry about that. You don't get to watch. Sorry.